Welcome to DIY Creators. I'm Glenn, and today I'm replacing the garage lights. I need better lighting in here for my video shooting, and this is my attempt to upgrade the lighting that I have currently. And because I have the attic access in my garage, I can't lay the lights out where exactly I want to, so I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to center the lights off the speaker. And the next thing you have to do is find the studs in the wall, because we need something to mount this light to. These lights are not that heavy, they're really light, but we still want to mount them in a stud. And finding the studs can be really easy if you have a stud finder, and in my case I just measure from center to center on the stud and transfer the measurements over to the light enclosure. Pre-drilling the enclosure would really help, especially when it's time to mount this light. The more projects I tackle, the more and more I find tricks of the trades, and I use a magnet as a helping hand to hold my screws as I'm holding the light with one hand. And another quick assistant tip is have somebody holding the light fixture up with a stick or a broom, whatever it takes, to give you a helping hand. And since I'm removing the existing lights now, you got to make sure the light switch is off. And now removing the lights is pretty simple. Just disconnect the wires and pull down the fixtures. This location is not my ideal location, but I'm putting the light in this location because this is the best place I can put it due to the attic access, and it also hiding the existing holes. And now to get this wire up in the attic, I'm just going to drill a hole big enough for the cable to pass through. So making the connection here is fairly easy. It's as easy as stripping the wire, connecting color for color, and using the wire nut to tie that off. I mean, if this is a project you want to tackle, at this point there's no electricity, so don't worry about getting shocked. Just do all the hard work, call the electrician in to make that connection, and that should definitely keep the cost down. Zip tying the wires here is not necessary. I'm just doing it to help me keep the wires out the way. So for all you do-it-yourselfers like me, when you're running electrical wires, it's important to strap these wires down and keep them out of the way so that you keep them safe so they don't get pinched by anything. To run these wires, it was pretty simple the way I did it. I ran it from one light to the other light and to the other light, and then I brought it back to a junction location, which I will show you later in the video. At this point, I'm in the attic, and the white wire you see is the wire going back to my light switch. The other two wire is one's running to 3 lights and the other one is going to the light that's right underneath me. I'm bringing both of those in the junction box, which I'm going to make the connection. Anytime you're installing a junction box, it's really important to make sure that you install this in a location that is accessible and it's easy to get to. With this splice at this location, it's going to be the same kind of splice that you would make at the light. The only difference is you have 3 sets of wire here, and it's pretty simple. Just connect all the blacks with blacks, the ground wire, which is the bare copper, and the neutral, which is the white wire. Just twist those together and make a nice connection. One really important thing, make sure you have no copper hanging outside the wire nut. If that's okay, let's go ahead and stuff the wires in the junction box and put the cover on. Now the lights I just put up, in my opinion, they look a little silly the way they are, so I'm going to fix that by making some custom trim, and they're going to be really simple, just some large rectangles screwed together with some pocket hole screws and just mounted right around the light fixtures. So one thing to keep note of, when I measured these lights, as I was getting ready to cut the custom trim for them, I just measured the bottom lip. That one was closest to the floor, and I didn't realize that the very top part actually sticks out a 1/8 of an inch more than the bottom. So right now, the only way for me to fix that is either I can go get more wood and waste that, or I can simply just use my router bit to just take off a few layers from the wood, and thank goodness it's only on the short side. I used the chisel to square up the corners. This does not have to be perfect because no one will see this. And now we can assemble the boxes. And oh yeah, it's finally time to use this band strap, which I've had for a while and never really used it. So yeah. So just insert a few pocket hole screws, do that 4 times, and you now have finished boxes. It's as simple as just sliding them on. Well, not that simple because I made them really close. So just slide them on and then just open up the panel, shoot a few screws in, and you're done. I'll paint that another time because I'm so not in the mood for painting right now. So overall, I'm extremely happy with these lights. They're totally not for everybody, and that's fine. This is what works for me, and if you're looking for a lighting solution in your garage, this may work for you. So if you're interested in these particular models that I'm using, they're LEDs, check the video description. I have the model numbers and where I purchased them from, and you can find all that down in the video description. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully some of you find this video helpful, and if you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down in the comment. I will catch you guys on the next one.